right, how's it going, everyone? Well, welcome to episode number 11 of AAO Presents Behind the Lens, where I interview a new guest each week to talk about their past, present, and future endeavors. My name is Andrew. I'm an independent videographer and the owner of AAO Media.
Episode 11.
And today we have another great guest on today. He's a professional MMA fighter, gym owner, coach, and one of the first people I was able to work with in the MMA world. Let me introduce to you Calvin the Hero Harbaugh. How's it going, Calvin?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm cold out here in Michigan right now, but other than that, bro, I'm blessed, so I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I feel you.
I appreciate being episode 11, but I feel like I should have been episode number 1. But now that I see 11, bro, literally 11 is like and I already believe in this so much, right? Like numerology and stuff like that, but 1111, bro. Yeah. It's my number. Like, it's like my angelic number. Like, I feel like there's certain moments I look down at my phone, it's 1111. That's like there's angels on me. So it only makes sense that I'm episode 11. So
hey, that's a good number. You'll be on again. You'll be on again, man. That's for sure. I'm gonna have 100 here by next year. So you'll be on episode 111 too.
Yes, sir. There you go. Only 11s now.
Yeah. So it's been exciting watching your team have great success over 2024. Can you talk about some of the guys or gals in the MMA community that Deepwater's kind of coming up and that people should look out for in 2025?
Well, I mean, I think we already know about Mohawk. We're starting to get to know Jake Wiggins here a little bit. He's been knocking everybody out. He's got a fight next weekend, actually. With WXC, continuing his rise there, and then he's going to go snag a bout with Two Piece Promotions in Cadillac. It just seems like a really good opportunity over there with Adam Kerr. It's a fight that I thought about taking myself, but with my shoulder injury and the places that I'm at right now, it's better. It's Jake's time to go do what he's got to do to get that belt and make his name and get to that next level. And, you know, obviously together we're both pushed each other to that upper echelon of fighter, and it's been a lot of fun. We got and she's really a Carlson Gracie student, but she does train MMA with us on Saturdays, and we do a lot of work together. Hannah Schmidt, she's strawweight with Fury FC, again does her jiu-jitsu with Carlson and has her own MMA thing over there. But I'm honored to just play a part in her camp leading up for her debut, doing what I can, because she just has the heart of a champion, determination. So I think she's going to do really good things. I got a guy fighting on Two Piece in February, the show before Jay go snags that title. Jaden Drabic, who's just like a young kid who's kind of like, I see him kind of like a phenom. He kind of stumbled in his first fight, but he showed so much heart. Kind of just didn't get to the wrestling as soon as he should have. I think he loves the fight. He wanted to go in there and bang. And at the end of every round, a lot of people that watched that fight said he won the fight. It was a dude from MASH. So really tough, top quality gym. You know that they have a good system there, and all those guys are hungry. They don't talk shit. You don't see them posting a bunch of bullshit. They just go and win. So I really respect the stuff that they do up there at MASH Gym. And that was a really close fight, 29-28. Jaden's fighting a guy who's 1-0 at Two Piece in Cadillac. A guy, he fights at 170, but he really doesn't cut much weight. He's a guy that I train with that's really tough, that's strong. Again, he's like 21 years old. So, I mean, he has a really bright future. I think the world's going to know the Silverback's name. He just more recently has really picked up the training with us at Deepwater. The guy is just a wealth of knowledge. I feel like I'm learning as much, if not more, than he's learning from me when I'm around him. So having him a part of the training camps has been amazing. He puts a lot of pressure on me, maybe a little too much pressure. Obviously, my shoulder got busted before my last match, but that's just, it's part of the game, right? When you're training for these things and you're with hungry guys and they want you to be great, injuries happen, you know, and I truly believe it's part of God's plan. You know, those guys, the way that they acted, how they disrespected me, maybe it wasn't meant to be. I was training so hard for those fights, and the fact that they didn't materialize, it really hurt me last year. And I understand a little bit some of the hate I received because nobody wants to be the dude pulling out of fights. I'll tell you what, I don't want to be that guy. If you don't think I wanted that fight with Jesse Bazzi or with Mondo, you're crazy. I gave everything for it. One thing I will say to the next generation, because I'm a coach, right? I'm a coach at heart, and I'm always coaching.
Sure.
When you're a week out from a fight, you got to make sure that's when your body's at its weakest, right? And both times now before this fight, that's other than the fact I'm getting older, I have almost 20 fights now, or more than 20 fights. I think that it was an error in my preparation, continuing to train as hard as I was up into the fight, right? Because when you're a week out, your body is like never been through so much. You know what I mean? Like that's when your training is peaking, right? And then that week before the fight, you want to chill. And for me, both injuries happened the week after that hell week, right? Like right before the fight, like this is my last hard week. I'm giving everything I got. And then I continued. I wasn't training necessarily hard, but I was continuing to train and move and roll. And I guess my body just being depleted and putting it through so much stress, right? Because, we all have miles. We all have a certain threshold that we can push to, and we're all finding out our limits, right? Some of us have different limits. They inject themselves with all sorts of shit, and they give themselves different limits and optimize themselves in different ways. I'm a human. I'm out there. I'm 100% me in every single fight, and I push myself to the absolute brink. As I think any great fighter should, right? You don't become a champion by what you don't do. It's what you do. So,
yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, you certainly.
I'm excited though. Jake's about to do his thing next week. He's about to knock another dude out that's 4-0, 4 KOs, or no, 1 submission in his last one. He submitted the submission guy. So
he did the same thing you did to him.
Yeah, not as fast. Not quite as fast, but I give Jake shit about that. That's between us, but it is what it is.
But yeah, you definitely got some great guys coming up. I can't wait to see Mohawk get back in there, man. That's a highly anticipated return.
People don't understand what Mohawk goes through just to get to the cage or just to get to the square circle. He's a guy that's larger than life, and I think we all need to pray for that man because he wants nothing more than to go display his talents, but there's always roadblocks being put up and obstacles, and it's going to happen. When blessings come trials, and he's going to conquer that, and he's going to be champion of the world one day. Mark my words.
Absolutely. I believe it. And all those other guys, great. I've seen them all fight. Hannah, I haven't seen fight, but definitely.
Well, you need to see her fight. I think she's maybe she would say herself that she underperforms a little bit, but Hannah is an absolute stud, bro. Like when you talk about hard worker, someone who just gets up and works every day, that's a champion, and that's Hannah Smith. She doesn't just talk about it. She don't really talk that much, but she don't just talk about it. She bees about it. So that's somebody that I can respect all the time because that's kind of how I view myself, right? People talk, people hate, people talk shit, but you ain't putting in the work that I'm putting in and day out. We kind of had that conversation privately, right? Like the reason why I think I receive hate is because I've been around a lot of people that started in this game and I'm doing better than they are. And they don't understand why, right? Because they see me as when I first started in this game, right? And they don't see all the work in between, and they see these little snippets. They see these little snippets of your journey, and they don't really see the work you put in and day out. And I don't spend a lot of time focused about other people. I spend a lot of time focused on my people, my journey, and what I want to do. So
I mean, that's how I feel when I hear all the chirping on the outside and all that. Like I've been there in your gym, and I've seen like what you guys are about, and it's not that. So it's
hard. And that's the thing. Like, what do you see me like to receive the hate that I see? All you see is me trying to help people, trying to help my fucking team. I don't understand people in this world today, though. They want to see something different. Maybe in this game, they want to see a monster. They want to see an asshole. I don't know what they want to see. I know I had a lot more popularity even coming up when I was acting a certain type of way. Then it's a little different than when I act now. Maybe people judge me for that. I don't know. I don't want to try to jump in people's heads because that's an endless black hole that you don't want to go down. You know what I mean? Even like, recently, and we'll bring up the video that came out on my boy John G's podcast.
I was just thinking, basically with her, I mean, when you were talking there, I kind of feel like maybe there was a Hollywood persona back when you first started, and now there's more of a hero persona. Is that kind of accurate? Is that what you mean by
It's
in
not
the
a it's
beginning of
not
your
necessarily
career you
persona.
kind of had,
It just shows
I
like
guess not a,
the points that where I'm at in my life, right? I kind of feel like I've transcended from that. And like, yeah, we were talking about the little snippets that people see and then they judge themselves against you, like, man, I started this. I was beating Calvin up back then. How is he here now? And people
yeah.
don't see all the work that gets put in between. They don't see the transformation, right? From Hollywood to the hero.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't see that transformation. They don't see the little things that take place. They don't see who you really are. It's like, man, who is this guy? Why, you know what I mean? It's like when you
Yeah.
have an evolving opinion and you're at dinner with your family, like, man, you're saying this week, last week you were voting for this person, this week you're voting, man, I'm always changing. I'm always developing.
Yeah.
I'm always
Yeah,
learning, you know? And you know, like just in regards to that girl, and I don't really know of her too much, but she was just saying how other people feel clearly. And there's clearly a large group of people that feel this certain way. How do I know that? Because you go look at the interactions on that video, on that clip, and it's one of the most interactive clip that my boy, I thought you were my boy John G. Clip had more interact, and he knows what he's doing with that clip, right? He's trying to,
yeah.
and she's just talking her shit, right? And she, I can't necessarily judge her for that because she had this little snippet of me, and she just spoke on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And regardless of how she feels now about it, and she reached out and apologized because I think she doesn't really feel any type of way, and she knows that's not who I am. I think she was
Yeah.
just talking, right, and playing into the moment. And I take it almost as a compliment. At first, you know, maybe you get in your emotions, you get a little upset, like, who the hell is this talking this shit? But it's really a compliment, right? Because she's mentioning you in the same breath of these guys like Crookshank and UFC fighters. And if I wasn't worth mentioning, she wouldn't have mentioned me, right? Because nobody
Right.
wants to sit there and listen. Oh, who is this guy? You know, nobody
Yeah.
really. I don't mean this as a hateful thing. I don't think many people know who she is in the fight community, but they know who I am. So now she attaches her name to me, and now all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and I think that she wanted to make that clear in the apology she sent me is I'm not trying to just get attention. She feels bad about what she said. It is what it is. But for me, it's
Mm-hmm.
just a glimpse into the mind of the haters, and I love it. I eat it up. It's comedy to me. It's fuel to me. I've always been persecuted. Like I've told you before, and my face says the same thing. The most blessed people in the world are persecuted for their beliefs, for having opinions, for being who they are, for standing for something and willing to be different. I've always been the guy that goes left instead of right, right? I picked MMA as a career. My whole family laughed at me. My own grandma, when is he going to get my first loss? 6 fights in. Oh, now it's time for him to get a real job, you
Oof.
know? And I'm living my dream, dude. I have freedom. It's 10 a.m. I can sit here and talk to you. You know, I got
Mm-hmm.
my rash guard on. I'm about to go get to work. But, you know, I have so much freedom with the life that I live now. And I'm grateful for the choices that I've made. And I'm great. And I respect the man that I've become because I know where I've started, right? And I've seen myself from the beginning to the end, not just little snippets like the people online that won't do what I do. So,
Yes, sir. Okay, so let's get off the hate for a minute. Let's talk a little bit about your fight career. So 7-5 as a pro, coming off rear naked victory against Alec Bailey out there at Cage Thunder 28 in Ohio. That was a great fight there. What do you have planned here for 2025? Do you have maybe any call outs that you want to make or anybody that you got your eye on?
Andrew, I'm grateful to be able to train right now. You know, going through like a serious injury like I have on my shoulder, regardless whatever anybody says, you know, fully tear your labrum in your shoulder and all the injuries that happen because of that, and then tell me how you feel. Just that little piece, but I'm happy to just be training right now. So before I really come at anybody too hard, and I've done a little bit, like a guy like Munib, I'd fight with one arm. Munib Al Salmani, I will fight you with one fucking arm, dude. In kickboxing, in your domain. You know, when it comes to a Mondo fight, I know that's a big fight. That's a fight I know that I'm going to win. It's the fight that I feel like I have to take. It's the fight I feel like I'm destined to be in for my title with either Legends of Combat, whoever wants the highest bidder. But I want to be in the right shape before I just say, hey, Mondo, let's fight. And then, I need another month or two to get ready, right? But I mean, I see myself in the cage with Mondo by the end of 2025. No grappling bullshit. We tried to do that shit, and he's taking it to a new place now with the t-shirts and everything like that. So he's a guy, and take from this what you will. I just want to hit him in the face. Like, of course I want to win. Everybody wants to win. But at this point, I just want to put my fists, my elbows, anything through his head and get paid for it. So.
Heck yeah, man. Gotta love it. Whether the fans like it or not, that's really what builds fights. I mean, your name's out there for a reason. So, man, we talked about some of your fighters and yourself. I just want to use the rest of the time here to let the viewers know a little bit about what Deepwater offers. Maybe if they're interested and in the area and want to take some classes, maybe you could let them know how to get a hold of you.
I appreciate that, Andrew. You're always a gentleman trying to put people on like that. I appreciate that.
I got you, man.
My gym is a family-oriented place. I try to keep a super respectful culture where everybody respects each other and it remains a safe place where anybody, all backgrounds, can come and train and come together and develop themselves on the mat. We have a really growing kids program, both jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Adding kids striking now with our second location just opening up. We can pretty much offer everything: cardio, kickboxing, Pilates, yoga. So we're growing, right? Only a year in, and over 100 members now, and just getting bigger. I'm super excited about this new facility where my wife can teach her kickboxing and circuit training class. She's a world champion. I feel like she's the one that really got my athleticism and me to this level that I'm at now, spiritually, physically, mentally. So she's someone that you can learn a lot from. Yoga over there, we have a great coach, Deanne, who's going to get you right. The more mobile you are as a fighter, as a human being, the more you can do, right? It's not rocket science. So we offer a lot of really cool, special things over there that are going to help develop you, and we'd love to have you a part of what we're doing. If you want to be a MMA champion too, I'd love to meet you, because that's what we're pursuing over there. We got all different levels, all different people, so come together.
Yeah, man, I've been seeing your growth. I seen the BCE guys coming in. Shout out to them. They'll be fighting here.
Oh, we got Detroit. We got Stars and Strikes in the building this weekend. Those boys are tough. Eric Reeves, Justin Street, Lozano's coming out from Holland. So say what you will, but we got real killers. We got kids in there, white belts, and we got real killers coming in. So we got the best of everything. I couldn't be more blessed, Andrew. Like, looking at you today, that's why when there's a little bit of hate or someone says this, or it feels like the whole east side of the state, mostly it seems like to me, is against me, that's okay, right? Because I am the enemy. I am the enemy to all your boys who you think are going to run the show. I'm going to go here and go there. I am the enemy to all that. I am the disruptor. So y'all, you're going to see where we're going in 2025. It's going to be a special run. And what do they say about your haters? They become your fans in the end. So the more, the merrier, my friend. I appreciate this opportunity to kind of say my piece, to hype my guys up, get tickets next weekend to watch Jake Wiggins do his thing. That's my main training partner, guys. Me and him go to war every day. It's super competitive. So I think you need that in any gym. If you want to be successful, you need that person that kind of pushes you, that you're competitive with, that gets you to that next level. So absolutely, I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful for the people coming around me, the Silverback, Mohawk, and everything that's coming in 2025. Again, it's gonna be a special year for Deepwater and my team.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate your time, man. Looking forward to seeing you next Friday in Jake's corner. Have yourself a great rest of your day, man.
You too, buddy. Bless you, brother. God bless you.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it. for episode 11 of Behind the Lens. Make sure you to subscribe on YouTube and follow me on Facebook for new episodes. You can follow Kelvin on Instagram at Hollywood Harbaugh. Scratch that, at Kelvin Hero Harbaugh. And again, you can find his gym at Deepwater MMA in Hastings, Michigan. So we'll be back next week with another great guest. Peace.